Good evening. Welcome to the planning board meeting of Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025. We'll call this meeting to order at 7 p.m. We'll start with a roll call from my right. Starting with a roll call from my right.
Tom Witkowski.
Heather Sullivan.
Greg McPherson.
Danielle Bradbury.
Butch Gannett.
Brett Markey.
Perfect. Thanks to everybody for this evening. First item on our agenda is correspondence with 5 items. The first being the Saco River Corridor Commission, Andolph Lieblich, Walsh, CMP, and Logan. Anybody dying to give a little synopsis of these 5 notes?
That's what I'm seeing. After the fact, minor amendment is at least one of them. Then we've got a minor amendment to incorporate a drainage pipe into the design of their project. Then we've got the Central Maine Power Company is going to remove 2 existing wooden transmission poles and install steel transmission poles instead. And I believe, what was the 4th one? I believe that's it. Oh, minor amendment.
For Logan.
Yeah. This it will go on the unanimous consent, so they won't even really discuss it. And this is expanding a porch, enclosing a slab, and there's a approved addition connecting the house to the garage.
So nothing that we should be concerned of. These are in our packet on the public planning board portion of our website. Next, we have correspondence from the Hollis Conservation Committee. They sent us over the meeting minutes.
So the Conservation Committee and the Planning Board decided that we would share meeting minutes with each other to encourage collaboration. These will come to you guys in the future just by email, and we can talk about anything or not. They will be discussing, we asked them if they had any suggestions for zoning ordinance changes. They are kind of ruminating about that, and they did mention cluster housing.
Which was voted out of.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Voted out of the ordinance at the last election.
Yep. Next,
we have a notice of public meeting regarding the Bars Mills decommissioning. The public information meeting regarding Bar Mills decommissioning is Thursday, October 30th, 2025 at 6 p.m. here at the Hollis Town Meeting Room, 34 Town Farm Road in Hollis. Brookfield White Pine Hydro LLC will hold a public hearing to update the public on the proposed decommissioning of the Bar Mills hydroelectric project, FERC number 2194, discuss comments on recently completed studies, and educate the public about opportunities for current and future public comment on the project. The agenda will consist of overview of the project and decommissioning process, joint Hollis-Buxton decommissioning committee input, review of overall schedule, and comments and questions. If you have any questions about the meeting, please contact David Heydrich at main.inquiries@brookfieldrenewable.com.
I did have a brief conversation with our new town manager, who asked for volunteers to attend the Bar Mills decommissioning meeting. I got a little confused and thought that he was asking for the planning board to be represented at this meeting, and we clarified that that isn't the case. So I just want to encourage anyone who's interested in going, planning board member of the public, et cetera, please do. It's This is a project that started, it's been going on for about 5 years now. I think there was kind of a break in it for a little while. So it will be interesting to hear what the, like, new plans are for it. And I believe that a decommissioning, I've never gone through this before, but at the end, there may be some opportunities for the use of the land that might impact planning board. We may want to talk about how that land might be used in the future when this process is finished, which isn't going to be until 2028.
So if there's somebody that has some opportunity to attend that meeting and could maybe present to the planning board after the fact, that'd be helpful. Everybody has a chance to go, maybe take some notes.
I thought I saw something where the town manager was requesting and a couple of us attend.
Yeah, I had a conversation with him about it. He did, and when I said what would be the planning board's role, because I saw that request as a question of the planning board participating in some way, so representation, like what we have on comprehensive plan committee. That is not what he intended. He just wants as many residents as possible, and I think that Dick is actually on the phone if he wants to clarify anything that I've said. But there is no planning board role in this.
Perfect. Next item on the agenda would be the Southern Maine Climate Action Workshop. There is a workshop on 11/11/25 coming up. From 9 to 4, that's a Wednesday, at the UNE campus, UNE campus in Biddeford. If you'd like to sign up, please let Ashley know and she can make that happen for you.
Did you say 11/11? Because the paper says 11/12.
Oh,
Yeah, 11/12.
oh, sorry, I misread an email. 11/12.
Okay.
Stand corrected. Thank you.
Don't need to be corrected, just, that's all.
And then lastly, we have an email from the road commissioner. This comes from Robin and myself. I had a few conversations about the performance standards or the lack thereof for road standards in the town of Hollis. He had some recommendations and some potential other towns that he thought were good ordinances to follow and would like us to look into those and recommend changes to our current ordinance.
And that could be part of our workshop where we're looking at performance standards, right?
Correct.
Great. Thank you, road commissioner.
All right, next up on our agenda, we have minutes from 10/8/25. I'm assuming you guys had a chance to read this in your email.
Motion to approve minutes of October 8th, 2025.
Looking for a second.
Second.
Any adjustments or changes anybody needs to make?
Do you want to update it so it says Wachowski motions to approve minutes and Gannett seconds motion instead of Birch? Yeah, no problem. Other than that, I got nothing.
All those in favor with the changes?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Yes.
All those opposed? Hearing none, so moved. All right, next item on our agenda is a public hearing to discuss the proposed ordinance changes for the next election cycle.
No, for the special election.
Sorry, yes, special election.
Yeah, this is the one that will remove the 68 and the 30 and 60 day time requirements. This is our second public hearing on this topic. And I make a motion to suspend the planning board meeting and open up the public hearing.
Looking for a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Yes.
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 All those opposed? Hearing none, so moved. We will now start the public hearing to discuss the ordinance changes, which mainly affect section 1 of
Here,
the
I'll
zoning
in section
ordinances.
1.5.
1.5 to be more specific. Heather, you want to give a brief rundown of the changes since you have it right in front of you?
Sure. So clarifying some language to ensure that we will hold one public hearing, or we are required to hold one public hearing instead of two. The notice will be posted as traditionally done, matching up state statute, which is at least 13 days prior to the public hearing, published twice in newspapers, once at least 12 days prior, the second one 7 days prior, and we always have been able to make corrections to clerical errors, but we will now be providing notice to the select board if we intend to do that versus just doing it. We incorporated this, instead of referencing the state statute, I just included the language. So if there is an amendment that is going to completely prohibit all industrial, commercial, or retail uses, there are additional notice requirements needed. That's it.
Awesome. Anybody from the public like to make any comment on this issue? Hearing none. Does any
Motion to close the public hearing and return to the planning board meeting.
Second.
all those opposed? All those in favor?
Yes.
Say aye.
Yes.
Yeah.
All those opposed? Hearing none, so moved.
Does anyone on the board want to make any changes to the version that we have been working off of? Because this is going to go to town attorney next. I'm obviously good with it.
Fine.
I'm good.
Perfect. Yeah.
All right, I
looks
will
good to
send
me.
this up to the town manager for attorney review.
Perfect. Next item on our agenda would be the old business, town policies.
We received no response back on town policies, other than the attorney did not respond to us, but responded, I believe, to town manager and said that we are not employees. So as the policies are written right now, they do not apply to us. If the select board or town manager wants to make a change so that it does incorporate volunteer boards, that's kind of going to be up to them.
Perfect. Anybody else have any comment or questions on those?
We are still awaiting select board
Yeah.
to let us know if they're going to do anything.
And as always, everybody's also encouraged to, contact Dick or the select board about those policies as well. It does not need to go through the planning board for that process. Next item. Oh, you good, Butch?
I was just remembering, we had a lot of discussion about town employees being board members and so on. And after watching the appeals board hearing, Faith Plummer's on that, so.
Yeah, that was one of my.
So that question's been answered.
That was one of my, one of my topics I brought up. And that was when we were discussing the planning board ordinance.
Yeah, we actually added that back in.
Yeah.
So that employees are no contractors. But we can always revisit it after a public comment. Because that's one thing, it's right now, it's in the attorney's hands. And then we'll get back the comments and we can always revisit at that.
Number 2 in old business, we have an SMPDC webinar on October 28th from 2 to 3. They're going to do a walkthrough on the municipal impacts of 4 new state laws.
That's the one that I've signed up to attend and offered to come back to the board. Anyone who doesn't get the opportunity to attend, come back to this board. And we also, the reason why it's on the agenda is because we were going to see if we had any common questions from the board on those 4 new laws.
The major one being LD 1829.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's the major one, but that's the one that's kind of key.
Yeah.
So for those of us, because we can go with no questions at all, just hear what SMPDC has to say.
I think, more questions after the fact, probably.
There are some pieces of this that I've looked at, and I've noticed there's, I would like to see when, so these are statutes, and rules get written. I would like to see things like the term commercial zone. I would like to see things like that defined, so that we understand how a commercial zone definition applies in Hollis. Those are the types of comments that I had, or that I would have with SMPTC, but nothing, nothing major.
And we'll have the training after the fact as well.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be a lot of opportunity on this one.
Perfect. Any other comments on old business? We have no new business this evening, and then we'll turn to the next item on our agenda, which will be public comment. This is public's time to make any comment on any item this evening. If any public comment from anybody on Zoom. Hearing none. Plan for next meeting, 11/12/25.
Do we have any applications in the hopper? With no applications in the
No
hopper, our next
applications.
meeting may be a workshop.
Stay tuned for the potential non-agenda of the next meeting. If we did elect not, is there anything that wouldn't?
I mean, if we get our proposed ordinance changes
Back
back
from the
from the
lawyer.
lawyer, we need to have public hearings.
Which we want to schedule that 12th because the next meeting would be Thanksgiving, which we would not have.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of already tentatively said if we did public hearing on February 25th and January 28th.
So we
So,
want to schedule those now?
I mean, they're scheduled.
Are we sure we're gonna get the stuff back from the lawyer in time? I assume we will.
By the 12th, I
was
have
gonna say,
no
yeah.
idea. I mean, one of them is the, those big changes.
Oh, okay, sorry.
The definition changes, so he's, it makes sense that he would take a little bit more time.
Okay.
And I don't know how much the municipal lawyer does, like election law, like when we've got an election. That might keep him
Yep.
busy. As long as we hit these 2 public hearing dates for any future changes.
Yep.
We're good. I have not heard yet from select board. I don't know, did you go to the select board meetings last week?
I didn't make it.
I haven't heard if we are having a special election or not. Does anyone know?
I just asked Bennett.
Yeah.
I just asked Bennett and they said they are.
We are.
She told me the date and I already forgot. Do you remember?
Hey, Bennett.
Thank you.
November 19th?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's when we could expect the changes to public hearings, where we would only have to have one and they wouldn't have to be 60 and 30 days. That's the only piece of it.
It's November 19th. They don't have to have public hearings further out to have a special election?
The select board, I believe, has to have a public hearing, but they only have to have one, to my knowledge.
Is it, I thought it was 30 days now.
Don't know. I don't know if it's because it's special.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea.
They do what they want. I got
Yeah,
you.
I haven't looked to see what that was. I just know that if we get the opportunity to get in on that, that will make June a lot easier.
Correct. So, we may or may not have a meeting next on the 12th. We will not be meeting November 26th or December 24th. So if we do not meet on November 12th, the next meeting would be December 10th. So we will decide that by next Wednesday, we'll decide that by November 5th.
Yes.
Well,
Awesome.
just because we don't have any business before us, doesn't mean we can't have a meeting to allow for public comment if somebody, because we do advertise, give us a call if you have a comment.
Yeah, they're welcome to email us, and hopefully if we have some comment before November, should I say 5th?
Yeah.
We may still have a
I'm
work,
just saying.
we may still have a workshop, we'll kind of play that by ear.
Right.
We know we could have an application come in by that time.
I mean, anyone can send an email or a letter to us, and that constitutes public comment.
Yep.
So there are other ways to comment than just coming to a meeting.
With that being said,
Motion to adjourn.
and we'll move to a workshop.
Second.
All those in favor?
Yes.
All those opposed? Hearing none, so moved.
Thank you.
Thank you.